Um, in my personal experience, the Alchemist is a flat-out troll. Like, every single time I go up against the Alchemist, for whatever reason, he's smacking for fives. The RNG just seems to love him. So I
Yeah,
actually
and
like.
I have the opposite experience whenever I play him because I'm like, oh, I love randomness. He's going to be my first pick, and he's like, one. No, you stupid. You're supposed to do five.
No, every single time I go up against him, he just smacks for five. I don't understand it. That's just, well, whatever. If with the page added in behind a random card, you're automatically increasing it, the base damage by
Right.
one, so it's a much safer bet.
Yeah, I think that would be a safer bet. Wall. The wall I've seen that very seldomly, and I thought that would be played a lot. So, any wall strategies? Wall with a shield maiden behind it? Wall with a nurse behind it?
Well, it's cool, but it's not doing damage. You'll have to have a sniper somewhere in your army, so that way it's smacking the back row of their sign. Or I've seen people put walls behind dervishes because the dervish has the issue of smacking its own cards.
Does the
So
dervish hurt yourself?
yes, it does. When
Oh,
you
it
when you
does?
hit a dervish's power, it hits the the card up front, rank 1, and it hits the card in rank 2 as well. Hits it for 0 to 3, but it also hits the card behind it for 0 to 3.
Oh. I didn't
So
know.
you're
Interesting.
putting a wallman like right behind it, and then putting a shield maiden behind it to help mitigate some of that damage.
Ah, yes.
Another
Um,
play the dervish very last because it's a very strong last card.
hmm. Okay. So what else? What other things I've seen a lot of use of the like I said, the sniper's another one that I don't. What's a good counter to the sniper? And we're gonna assume that the sniper is next to the what's his face that absorbs things.
Oh, martyr.
Martyr, yeah. I love this
Well,
game, but I can't think of the name. I'm gonna get these names down eventually, but
well, okay.
I'll rename them Pokemon names. I'll never forget them.
We can assume the sniper won't be in the first or second slots because
Right.
he won't
It's
ever do any
usually
damage.
last, actually.
So if we go with the martyr being behind it, the bomber will take out the martyr straight out. The bomber usually takes out the sniper because it's just one damage kills the sniper and that's it. You can counter that at that point with another sniper, or because you don't really have a way of doing 1 point of damage again to it.
Right. But if you
So
have a bomber, won't you take out your own sniper?
yes, you will.
Okay,
You'll
so
have to be able to martyr that as well.
you'll need your own martyr. So now
Yeah.
I've had a number of mirror matches where I was surprised that it was a mirror match. Have you had a number of mirror matches where you were surprised or?
I assume like identical starts for like the first 3 cards, but to get all 5 the same is pretty rare.
No, I mean not mirror match. I mean tie match.
Oh, I've had a lot of ties.
I wasn't expecting a tie, but it came out of tie. I've also had a couple of losses due to RNG where I should have won, but the stupid guy didn't attack for more than one.
Yeah.
But
Usually when I tie, it's because of those RNG cards, the Alchemist being the major one. That
right
one you can't count on.
now, you should say you didn't say really steer away from these, and I think we're on the same page here. But at the same time, uh, play them with caution. Would that be?
Yeah. I would definitely say if you have better cards than the RNG cards, I would say play those.
But I don't know if they're better. I mean, I think that they offer a lot of health and
Yeah.
also a lot of damage. I've seen the 4/4 guy a ton.
Yeah, I usually put a page behind him. With 5 damage, he kills pretty much everything besides the wall man in 1 hit.
Yeah.
So you just walk him through.
Now, and the hammer is the other thing. I think the hammer is really the counter to the wall myself.
Yes, he is. He actually counters a lot of stuff because he hits really, really hard.
Right. So if you can keep that hammer guy alive, he could be a good first play as well.
Yeah. It's just as long as you keep him alive.
Now, so let's say a no rare game where I store all my rares in my closet because I'm a greedy guy that doesn't want my rares to go away. Can I make a common, uncommon deck, go against rares? Do I have
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So they have the sniper, they have the martyr, they have the darvish, and they're all coming at me. What do I counter with?
First off, if they're using a dervish, you can count on the dervish, depending on its position, to actually beat up his own teammates quite a bit. I've had a lot of people actually complain that the dervish kills their own team quite often. So unless the dervish is in the last slot, you're going to have that going for you. Like, the sniper, again, you have the bomber to take it out. If you're having an issue with martyr, the bomber, once again, will take it out. That's an uncommon right there. That basically ends two different rares, depending on the situation. Let's see, other really good situations, other cards you can use. The lance. You can poke at the sniper if he's, rank 3 or 4 as the cards move up. You can poke three back. All you have to do is 1 point of damage to him and he's out. So, and those are both uncommon cards.
Right. So, there's no reason you can't not win. Now, what about all commons? I don't think I've played that yet.
Nothing really comes out at me. If they have like 3, 4 rares on you and you have an all common deck, I'd say you're pretty screwed, personally.
Okay, yeah,
but
we need those uncommons. So okay.
Yeah, but the commons and uncommons that can definitely wreck a deck of rares. Period.
Right. Okay, and so there's no disadvantage to not playing with your rares even if you have them then.
Absolutely, because if you're counting on your I always count on my opponents having at least 1 rare, and you can take it out with just what you have on hand.
All right. Any other things? Have you seen any decks played over and over again to death that you would call a metagame kind of deck at this point?
I see Martyr a lot. I mean,
yeah, I Martyr a ton. Yeah.
Yeah. The sniper was really big the first day. I imagine it's still going to come back, but I don't think people are really playing it right. The Martyr's just too easy to play correctly. So I usually see Martyr in the second slot. It's just done repetitively.
Yeah, and you should say the bomber's the best thing to go. The arrow, the archer followed by the bomber to take out that dang Martyr.
Yeah. I'd put the bomber up first. Just let the bomber go ahead and explode everything. And then the bowman will live through it, and who cares? He's just going to kill whatever comes up next and then smack something else behind it, even if it dies.
Yeah.
So.
Because I've seen that they had the martyr, they had the nurse, they had the cleric, and I was just like, I can't kill anything. Because the thing's absorbing everything.
Exactly.
So it was a headache. Okay, any final combos or thoughts you want to throw in here then?
If you're really having an issue with Martyr, Cleric, one other thing you can do is put a Sniper in your deck. Not because you'd like to be able to smack the Cleric if you could, but the Cleric always favors the card in the back.
Yeah.
So as long as you're doing damage to the card in the back, he'll never heal the Martyr.
Okay. And if you don't have a Sniper?
Well, a bomber, bomber once again will take care of, the Martyr and all that.
Okay.
But it also smacks every single card, so he's not healing
that.
the front card. He's still going to be healing the back card.
There you go. Okay. Yeah, there you go. I think that's pretty much about, not everything, but I think that's a good starting point for most people.
Yeah.
And my thing is, just play that first robot a lot, because you see a lot of strategies from those robots emerge. And that's been going back and going, okay, the computer's doing this, so if I copy the computer whenever it's winning, then I should start winning.
Yeah, it's definitely a good way to start. I've noticed that the Genius version of it is actually quite hard. I usually count on the medium one playing at least a rare per game, and it gives you a good example of how to count rares.
Okay. All right. Well, I hope that we all, this is what happens when your mind gets eaten by mind flayers. You know what? I'm gonna let Mega Man finish because I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Nom. I hope that we enjoyed your thing that you did. No, wait, we did. You know what? Good night.